if we have not incorporated the practice, we first started just deliberately saying thank you. Then we started feeling it. Now it should have become our nature to become in gratitude. Until we don't reach that stage wherein we are very comfortable, where it's not like a somebody doesn't have to come and tell me, I don't have to think, oh, okay, my luggage will go, so I should do gratitude. You have to just be in the feeling of gratitude and things happen. It's not like that I was sitting over there and doing something to her to get my luggage off. What I'm just trying to explain was that being in gratitude, you will see miracles happening. And when we are not doing that practice, today's practice far say is the toughest practice for me in the book. I take a lot of time to do this practice. And it doesn't happen with overnight one session of this practice. So, anyways, let's see what this practice is all about. Who's going to take this chapter up? I think it's magically transforming your mistakes or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, magically transform
Magically
basic
transform
blessing.
mistakes into blessings.
Transforming your mistakes into a blessing.
Yeah.
Do we all make mistakes?
Yep.
Can you think of a mistake that you've made which has changed your life? Or which kind of, it's agar I didn't make this mistake, or I didn't, or did do this, things would have been different today. No? Nobody has such situations. I think only I have all these situations in my life. Kadambari is laughing. I think Sham is telling her her mistakes and she doesn't want to accept it. So she's saying, no, 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 that's not fine.
दोनों के मन में एक ही ख्याल आया कि हम लोगों ने शादी की एक दूसरे से
वो mistake था?
लेकिन वो अच्छा मिस्टेक था
So
नहीं नहीं
no, we are thinking कि change हुआ life इसलिए तो so we are just laughing jokingly laughing.
So we are trying to change. Think of a moment, think of a situation or something you did or didn't do in your life, which you have little regret over it, or you feel, kash aisa nahi hua hota, या maybe if I had done this or that, then it's going to help you to heal that into a blessing. And it's a very intense and a very, very beautiful practice. And when we look at it, I think we have lots of such situations in our life that which we go through. I mean, all of us are like real adults. Maybe Abhishek is like much younger to us. So he wouldn't have made that many mistakes. But we make a lot of mistakes in our life and which change things. Maybe then you stop talking to somebody because of that, and then you feel that, oh God, I don't know why, or whatever, and you have regrets about it. So आप लोग दिमाग लगाओ तब तक. Who's reading this?
पॉजिटिव
I can read.
Yes, Purnima, thank you.
Shall we start?
Yes, let him share the screen.
Yeah.
um can we enlarge the picture a bit so it's, but yes, Purnima. Explain the picture to me.
So we see a lightning where the light's passing through the sky with the magic sparkles.
Yeah, so even on a very, very dark night, sometimes there is some light.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go back to day 26.
Day 26. Magically transform mistakes into blessings. Turn your wounds into wisdom. Oprah Winfrey, 1954, media personality and businesswoman. Every single mistake is a blessing in disguise. Today's magical practice will prove it. Because you are about to discover that there are actually untold blessings hidden within every mistake.
One sec. We always hear this, na? What is that very popular proverb? गलती से हम सीखते हैं, or we always are learning from our mistakes,
Mm.
or that's so people are aware that when you make mistakes, things can, like, if you don't make a mistake, you will never know.
Yeah.
So today we are going to learn whatever mistakes that we make, how it can be turned into a blessing.
A child makes many mistakes while learning how to ride a bike or write. We don't give it a second thought because we know that through their mistakes they will learn and eventually master what they are trying to do. So, why is it that adults are so hard on themselves when they make a mistake? The same rule that applies to children also applies to us. We all make mistakes, and if we didn't make them, we would never learn anything and we wouldn't grow any smarter, any wiser.
So this is a fact that whenever children are making mistakes, we let it go, or we understand, or we don't take it to heart. If that same mistake adult makes or we make, then we make a big deal about it. So say for example, your child comes and tells you something and you did not like it, was rude to you, for example. What is your reaction going to be? You're going to let go of it. You may correct that person, you may correct that child, but you're going to be like, ठीक है आगे से मत करना. You don't say this to anybody, it's not right, appropriate to say it. But if the same thing somebody else has to come and tell you, if your mother-in-law has to tell you something negative, would we say it's a mistake she's making? No, we hold it against, or she's that, or a friend. So but it's not true, or even if we had to say something like that. So we all have to understand that mistakes can be made by anybody, irrespective of their age. And from their mistakes, people will learn, we will learn, and we don't have to be so hard on ourselves or on somebody else who's made a mistake. Yeah.
We have the freedom to make our own choices, and that means we have the freedom to make mistakes. Mistakes can hurt, but if we don't learn from the mistake we have made, the pain we have suffered from it has been for nothing. In fact, by the law of attraction, we will make the same mistake over and over again until the consequences hurt us so much that we finally learn from it. It's the very reason why mistakes hurt, so that we do learn from them and don't make them repeatedly. To learn from a mistake, we first have to own it, and this is where many people can become undone because this often blame someone else for their mistake. Let's consider the scenario of being pulled over by the police for speeding and being given a speeding ticket. Instead of taking responsibility for the fact that we were speeding, we blame the police because they were hiding in the bushes on the highway around a bend. We couldn't see them. They had a radar gun, and so we didn't stand a chance. But the mistake was ours because we were the one who chose to speed. The problem with blaming other people for our mistake is that we will still suffer the pain and consequences of our mistakes. But if we didn't learn from it, and so, bingo, we'll attract making the same mistake again. You are human, you will make mistakes, and it's one of the most beautiful things about being human. But you must learn from your mistake, otherwise, your life will have a lot of unnecessary pain. How do you learn from a mistake? Gratitude. No matter how bad something may seem, there are always many things to be grateful for. When you look for as many things as you can to be grateful for in a mistake, you magically transform the mistake into a blessing. Mistakes attract more mistakes, and blessing attract more blessings. Which would you prefer? Today, think about a mistake you have made in your life. It doesn't matter whether it was a big or small mistake, but choose one that still hurts when you think about it. Maybe you lost your temper with a person close to you and the relationship hasn't been the same since. Maybe you put blind faith in another person and got burned. Maybe you told a white lie to protect someone, and because of it, you ended up in a difficult situation. You might have chosen the cheaper option on something, and it all went wrong and ended up costing you a whole lot more. You might have a thought you were making the right decision about something, but it completely backfired on you. Once you have chosen a mistake to magically transform into blessing, look for the things to be grateful for. To help you, there are two questions you can ask yourself. What did I learn from the mistake? What are the good things that came out of the mistake? The most important things to be grateful for about every mistake are the things you learned from it. And no matter what the mistake, there are always many good things that came out of it and altered your future for the better. Think this through very carefully and see if you can find a total of 10 blessings to be grateful for. Every blessing you find has magical power. Write out your list in a gratitude journal or type them on a computer.
So this is
Let's take
today's homework, that you have to find a mistake that you have done. Think about like the mistake and what did you learn from that mistake, and then write 10 gratitudes for that mistake.
let's take the example of being caught speeding by a police car and receiving a fine. 1. I'm grateful to the police for wanting to protect me from harming myself because, after all, that was all they were trying to do. 2. I'm grateful to the police because, if I am honest with myself, I was thinking about other things and I wasn't concentrating on the road. 3. I'm grateful to the police because it was foolish to put myself at risk speeding with a tire that needed to be replaced. 4. I am grateful to the police for the wake up call. Being pulled over did affect me and it will make me watch my speed and drive more carefully in the future. 5. I am grateful to the police because somehow I had a wild idea that I could speed without getting caught and without putting myself in danger. The seriousness of the police made me face up the fact that I was putting both myself and others in serious danger. 6. I'm grateful to the police because if I think about my own family being put in danger by other speeding drivers, then I definitely want the police to stop speeding drivers. I'm really grateful to the police for the work they do in trying to ensure the safety of every person and family on the roads. 8. I am grateful to the police. They must see heartbreaking situations every day, and all they are trying to do is protect my life and my family's life. 9. I am grateful to the police for making sure that I arrived home safely and walked through the door to my family as I do. 10. I'm grateful to the police because of all possible consequences that could have stopped me from my speeding. The police pulling over me over was the least harmful consequence, and it could have been the biggest blessing of my life. I would strongly urge you to take any mistake you have made in your life that you still feel bad about, and in your own time, follow this magnificent and magical practice. Think about it. Through one mistake, you have the power to bring many blessings. What else guarantees dividends like that? Magic practice 26. Magically transform mistakes into blessings. Number 1. Count your blessings, make a list of 10 blessings. Write why you're grateful. Reread your list at the end of each blessing. Say thank you, thank you, thank you. And feel as grateful for that blessing as you can. 2. Choose one mistake you have made in your life. 3. Find a total of 10 blessings you are grateful for as a result of making that mistake and write them down. 4. To the help you find blessings, you can ask yourself the questions: what did I learn from the mistake? And what are the good things that came out of the mistake? 5. Just before you go to sleep tonight, hold your magic rock in one hand and say the magic words thank you for the best thing that happened during the day.
Thank you so much, Purnima. Anybody could think of a mistake? Yes, Kadambari.
यही इसी एग्जाम्पल से याद आया कि मैंने हेलमेट नहीं पहना था और वो या इधर एक सिग्नल क्रॉस करके ही मुझे जाना था अपोजिट साइड में, और वो हमारे घर से बहुत ही नजदीक था, तो इसलिए मैंने हेलमेट पहना था। लेकिन आते वक्त सिग्नल पे फोटो खींचा कैमरा ने और मुझे मैसेज आया तो इसलिए वो मिस्टेक मेरा वो अभी याद आया।
वो मैसेज आने के बाद आपका रिएक्शन क्या था? वो ज्यादा जरूरी है।
500 रुपीज का फाइन वो ज्यादा।
वो कंप्लेन हो गया। अभी आप ग्रेटिट्यूड में हो, आप मिस्टेक नहीं कर सकते हो।
यस नहीं नहीं, अभी तो हेलमेट में विदाउट हेलमेट जाती ही नहीं।
Come on, no serious mistakes in anybody's life.
So, Shimani, one of the mistakes in life-changing mistake you said. So, while doing the CA articleship at my this thing articleship at period, so मैं जाने वाला था। मुझको बिग फोर कंपनीज रहती है, सीए फर्म्स रहती हैं, which are multinational companies, E&Y and KPMG, you might be knowing some. तो वहाँ पे मुझको ऑप्शन था कि मैं वहाँ पे जाऊँ और मैं वहाँ पे एप्लीकेशन दूँ, तो मे बी आई वुड हैव बीन सिलेक्टेड ऑल्सो। तो अभी ऐसे लगता है, पर मैंने अप्रोच नहीं किया। आई सिलेक्टेड अ मिडल लेवल फर्म एंड आई जॉइंड एंड आई कंप्लीटेड समथिंग। तो उसके बाद मुझे अभी लगता है कि इफ आई हैड जॉइंड दैट बिग कंपनीज, माय करियर वुड हैव बीन different than what I have. So when you said that life-changing mistake is that I have not approached them.
So I think,
So I
Sham,
will
it's a
select this
very,
mistake
very
and I will give the.
yeah. You must do this. This is a very, very good, and this is the kind of things that I want you all to think about your lives. ये जो helmet नहीं पहना, ये वो is very, I mean, उसमें आपका कोई लाइफ चेंजिंग नहीं हो रहा है। ये आप ठीक है, आप करो नहीं करो, I mean, it is nothing. आप 500 रुपया का फाइन is not a big punishment. But sometimes what you said now, वो जैसे, I mean, how many ever last 15, 20 years of your career, it's always been in your mind, काश या शायद अगर मैंने ऐसे किया होता. So it is something that is constantly, maybe not surfaced, ऐसे ऊपर ऊपर नहीं है, but अंदर आप खुरेदोगे ना तो है किधर आपके दिल में वो बात. So that we want to clear out. This exercise is meant for that. वो जो अंदर का कुछ भी बिलो द लाइन का फीलिंग है, डिसअपॉइंटमेंट या कुछ भी नेगेटिव, whichever we've discussed which is below the line, those are the emotions we want to deal with. So it may not disturb you on your day to day activities, but somewhere, maybe if somebody talks about it or you see, वो मन में 1% दुख उठ जाता है या कुछ नेगेटिव फीलिंग निकलता है उस बारे में. So अगर आप deep में जाओगे तो you will find many such times in your life. For me, it was like the first thing that would come to my mind is that when my mother was on a ventilator, I mean, she was not on a ventilator, she was unwell. and she just told me ki call my son, I will not live. And I did not believe her, and I didn't ask my brother to fly down. And for many years I used to feel guilty about it, ki I did not let the mother and son meet. She told me 2 days, say that, I don't know whether I will live, call him and all. And I didn't think she was so serious. And so, it was a very, I used to be in that guilt कि ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस दैट आप हैंडल कर रहे हो तो सब कुछ बराबर जाएगा. And what will somebody else come and do, right? Whatever needs to be, hospital is there, treatment is there, I'm there, my father is there, I mean things are going on. What will some third anybody come and do? So I used to cry a lot, and I used to be very upset about it. And I used to keep telling my brother that I don't, I mean, you forgive me because of me, you didn't meet mom before, and they were very close. So I did this practice that what did I learn from this? I had my reasons not to call him. So in my mind it was justified ki, we are still settling down, and it's going to be so expensive, and there were so many things for him to come down. And he had just he didn't have a job for 6 months, and he had just got a new job. So I was like, thinking all from his point of view, not from, I mean, you have the habit to become responsible, which is not required. It's okay, sometimes you can share responsibilities. So there was a very big learning for me, and because I had this learning, it turned into a blessing. I started this practice in pandemic, and my father-in-law went through COVID in pandemic, and he was 56 days in the hospital. And on, I think, a week, 10 days before, and the whole entire world is shut. And then when my father-in-law was in the hospital, I actually told my brother-in-laws who live in Singapore that I don't care, whatever it takes, you need to come to India to be with your father. I'm not saying anything is going to happen to him, but you need to be with your parent at this point. And that meant that they would lose their job because there's no way they can go back to Singapore. It meant that they don't know when they will go back or whatever. And one of the brothers came down only because I said that. And unfortunately, we did lose him also. So, ultimately, when you look at the things you feel when you do these practices, it somewhere gives you at least now I don't feel guilty. If one brother didn't come, one brother came, one son came, I am not responsible that the other brother didn't come down. I'm like, I had told everybody, come, dad, and spend time with dad. Now, if they didn't choose to come, there was no guilt. What guilt I went through for 17 years with my mother, I didn't have it even for 1 minute. I just felt bad that I'm sorry you didn't meet dad. That's it. But there was no guilt or there was no negativity that because of me or because of whatever that I went through during my mother's situation. So if you look into your life, there's things like this, or I don't know, there's so many things that I think of which are quite personal also, which I feel that have changed your life. It could be, so I want you all to go back into your lives. That's why I always say this exercise is a very, very emotional and very tough exercise for me to do. And see into your lives that whatever is troubling you of the past, how you can heal that self for you. सो इट्स एन एक्सरसाइज कि थोड़ा डीप जाओ. कादम्बरी हेलमेट के बारे में नहीं, वो ठीक है, वो हो गया. उसमें ऐसा ऐसा कोई वैसा स्ट्रॉन्ग चीज नहीं है जो आपके लाइफ को चेंज करेगा, आपका प्रैक्टिस को क्लीन करेगा. You won't, because for the next practice, now we are ending the book. We just have one more practice and we finish the book. So by when you leave the book, you have to be a new person. अगर आप डे वन पे आए थे and you were still whole, having those same emotions, you cannot have those emotions when you're leaving the book. Anybody can think of something else like that life, I mean something interesting in their lives which was a turning point. Abhishek, you say I just started living, ma'am. From where I'll make mistakes like this.
I have also my own set of mistakes. Uh, for example, it was my dream to study in IIT. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you wanted to go to IIT.
Yes, it was my dream because I was preparing for that since my class ninth, and 4 years of preparation. But during the last 2 years, like in 11th and 12th, I got into some wrong association of my friends. So that deviated me from my goal, and but still I am in the good college, but not in IIT. So that small thing lingers in my mind still, that if I could have given my time more properly in my studies during that time, then I would be in my dream college.
So what are you going to do now? What did you learn from that? You have to write that. And and what is a good thing that came out of it?
Yes, after that, I can see that many good things happened, because it has been 3 long years since that. So during these years, many good things also happened. So I can write about that.
Very nice. Okay. Who else wants to share? Anuradha?
Yeah, I can share. I wanted to study medicine. Okay, but then I couldn't study. I didn't get a good course. I didn't get a good school where to go and study all of this and qualify for the entrance exam. So I changed my course midway, and then I took up economics. So I used to think, maybe, I should have studied, become a doctor. But I realize now that, I have doctor classmates and friends. And what is our life? It's very different. My parents were very happy that I decided not to pursue medicine. Yeah. Be- because one of my aunts, who's a doctor, she doesn't really have a family life per se. So they're saying our daughters should not become doctors.
But do you have regret about it? If you
I
don't
used
have
to
regret,
have regret for a very long time. I think even until very recently also I used to have it, maybe until 4 5 years ago also. Maybe until, I was in mid 50s or something. But afterwards, like when I moved down to Dharwad, and then my daughter got married, I had grandchildren and all. Then I felt, no, yeah, I have a better life. But I still had that thing, kash maybe doctor hoti, that thing. So, but there are many good things that came out of me not being a doctor. I could have missed very good friends in corporate who are like my family, and good, even, maybe my spouse also, I think, would have been different. So, but I have a very good husband, so I don't think I want to change any of that at any point of time. I don't know if he finds me good, but that's for him to say. But my husband is the best husband.
I can imagine I would have had a different spouse also.
No, no, we don't know, no, where your thing is, and all, it's a
Mm,
different thing. Anything is possible.
mm,
But I'm very happy now that I'm not a doctor.
mm.
Maybe somewhere I'm rationalizing it also.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is there. But good things have come out of it. I'm happy.
So if there's no regret, then this exercise is not valid. Huh? If you have regret, then it is valid.
Mm.
So you have to have regret of it. Like you have to feel it at some point. Ki, yaar, ye kya?
Yeah, yes, yes, I feel it, especially when somebody's sick,
हाँ.
Uh, or like my mother, she passed away during COVID.
Hmm.
And there was nothing I could do to her. I wasn't. I was in a different district, and we had inter-district lockdown, so I couldn't even go to see her. Though I called her up and I told her you should go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So those, I think, is a situation, which made me regret a lot.
Think of your regret or your, you know, like anytime, anything, any of those emotions which are below the line. Abhishek, can you share that chart? So, शाम मेरे को लगता है सो गए हैं, सुनते सुनते क्लास, या वो कुछ कॉलेज डेज का अपना कोई गर्लफ्रेंड के बारे में सोच रहे हैं, कादम्बरी आपके पहले वाली का.
No, no. I was just thinking.
I know you were thinking only. Can you share that? You have the chat handy?
Today I joined from another laptop. I'm just, if you give me 2 minutes, I can find that.
Okay, I can read it out from the WhatsApp thing. There a lot of times we'll end up blaming other people for relationships failing. We blame the other person for this not happening. I took one or two such very deep things in my life where I was in a time where I was blaming somebody else for something not being there in my life. Ki, because of them I don't have this, or they didn't support me, or they didn't whatever. I was going through a time wherein I didn't want to take responsibility or owning the fact that I'm equally responsible of something that I don't have in my life. And for a very very long time, um, I was blaming them. And the moment I did this exercise, I had to do it many times, not just one turn. I had to do it many times. And I realized I shared the responsibility of the fact that maybe I didn't want that thing so badly in my life. If I wanted it, I would have gone after it. And if I don't have it today, I should not be blaming other people. I should be responsible of not having it. And that, by not blaming them, made me improve my relationships with them. Because somewhere when you start blaming, even though superficially everything is fine and everything, you may hold a little bit of something negative to that person. And that, taking that responsibility for my own situation in my life and not blaming them, made my relationship stronger with those people. And I started sharing better relationships. So a lot of times when we are in fear, I'm now coming to the chart, we'll end up making decisions which may or may not work for us when we are worried. Or we may have guilt. Like I told you, during my mom's time, I went through guilt. So, like this. Then I've gone through blame games, that because of this or that. So again, I feel this anger a lot of times has spoiled our relationships. So I want you all to really dig deep into this exercise. What happened to the screen?
Just
My screen has gone black. It's
even
gone
mine.
black. Okay. So, anyways, I want you all to dig deep into your lives.
Is it not visible? I have shared the
It
feeling
was,
chart.
Abhishek, it suddenly disappeared. It's okay, but more or less it's done. So, I want you all to really sit back, look into your lives from your past, and see which are these emotions that you're holding. Are you holding anger for anybody? Are you holding blame for anybody? Are you holding guilt with anything? Are you holding fear of anything? Any of these emotions? And you do a very strong practice. Don't do these helmet wala practices. उसमें आपको आपको वो अपना आप चेंज नहीं कर पाओगे, आपका इनर बीइंग. And trust me, it works. It really works because it's helped me. I can tell you that. So that is the session for today. And I hope all the gratitudes are coming in. Acha guys, Sunday ko you all will manage if I take like a 1.5 hour, 2 hour session and close the book. Sunday morning करें?
मॉर्निंग नहीं, नाइट को कर सकते हैं.
मॉर्निंग कितने बजे?
I mean, I want one more session. I'm not there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm not there. Sunday, I'm in India. Then Monday morning, I'm flying out. So before Monday, I want to finish the session because then that 10 days gap ho jayega. Then I'm coming back only on 23rd.
Sunday night is for
So,
Sunday night is fine.
Sunday night for everybody, but it'll
इवनिंग
be
भी चलेगा.
Evening, हाँ. 6 o'clock कर लो.
एक डेढ़ घंटा जा सकता है. 1.5 hours. We'll close the book on Sunday.
Okay.
One more practice is there. Then after that, though, is just ending of the book. Come on, everybody is okay.
Fine,
Sunday,
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday is okay.
No, yeah.
Sunday
Okay with Sunday.
6, 7. What suits everybody? I mean, we are mostly the same people who are coming. So whatever suits all of y'all, I'll go by that.
Can we do on the same time Sunday?
No, it's very
8:30 probably, because I am teaching at that time, so maybe I won't be able to join at 6.
Okay. 8:30 is fine. 8:30 is fine. 8:30 is fine for me.
Fine.
8:30 is fine.
Sham,
Yes,
Bubbly
8:30
Masi,
is
8:30
fine.
fine.
As of now, okay. Yeah. Something comes up, then I don't know. As of now, I'm okay.
Yes.
Swati ji?
I'm okay. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Purnima, you also said yes, na? Okay.
Yes.
So 8:30 on Sunday, and we'll close the book before I leave.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so Thursday there's no session. Swati ji, if you want to take something, most welcome. Or if anybody wants to take something for the, yeah, Kadambari, want to take something?
Yes. Short talk on pranic healing. Introduction to pranic healing.
Okay.
तो एटलीस्ट 10 मिनट्स भी मुझे बहुत होंगे.
अभी 10 मिनट्स के लिए आप क्या करोगे सबको बुला के? फिर आप अच्छे से एक सेशन लो ना. सबको प्राणिक हीलिंग दे दो.
नहीं,
See, for
हमारा
10
जो
minutes,
सेशन
no,
संडे का जो
otherwise,
सेशन होगा उसके बाद में थोड़ा सा इंट्रोडक्शन दे दूंगी.
I'll tell you what, संडे के बाद बहुत भेजा फ्राई हो जाएगा. बहुत उस दिन रीडिंग रहेगा. उस दिन नहीं हो सकता है. संडे को नहीं, इधर आपको ऐसे थोड़ा और कुछ सोच के रखिए ना. एक आप प्लान कर लीजिए 30 मिनट्स का कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग, तो आप सबको कर सकते हो वैसा. I don't know, Harshika is left. Harshika, you okay with Sunday 8:30? I don't know. ठीक है. So let's close the book on Sunday, and आप बता दीजिए मुझे कादम्बरी अगर आपको.
तो ट्यूसडे नहीं सॉरी थर्सडे को सबको पॉसिबल होगा तो मैं 9:30 के बाद ले सकती हूँ.
Thursday तो वैसे भी अपना दिन है, so people might have kept themselves free. So if you want to talk about something and all that, then at least 30 minutes का लो, तो people also want to put that effort and come ना. जो आते हैं 10 मिनट तो हाय हेलो करने में ही निकल जाता है.
अच्छा ठीक है. थर्सडे रखते हैं 9:30.
हाँ ठीक है. So Abhishek put it up in the group. Abhishek,
हाँ.
please share it on the group now that she'll be taking this, because if I'm traveling, I have no idea. I'm not, I may not be prompt enough. Today you messaged me and I remembered, oh my God, I have to write it that I'm taking the class. So
Yes.
thank you for that. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. I will put the message.
Okay, thank you, Abhishek.
Kadambari
Okay.
ma'am, wanted to ask, do you also know about chakra meditation?
If you want, we can take meditation also. It's
Do that
22
too,
minutes
Kadambari.
meditation.
कादम्बरी that will be very nice. यार मैं सब अच्छे अच्छे सेशंस मिस कर रही हूँ. Do talk about pranic healing and सबको चक्रा meditation करा दो. I would love to do that. I mean, I try to do it, but I'm quite irregular. But it'll at least सबका body heal तो होगा. चक्रा meditation करा
मैं
दो.
ट्विन हार्ट मेडिटेशन ले सकती हूँ क्योंकि ये ट्विन हार्ट मेडिटेशन सबके लिए है, चक्राल मेडिटेशन सबके लिए नहीं है.
अच्छा, जो मैं कराती हूँ वो सबके लिए होता है, but ठीक है.
Chakra is generally for everybody, no?
Yeah. Maybe the ones they must be doing with pranic healing or something.
Okay.
That is
Yes.
why it's not the regular chakra meditation.
Chakra
Otherwise, chakra meditation everybody can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. ठीक है, आप ट्विन हार्ट करा दीजिए जो भी आपको पता है. So अच्छा है ना, people will learn something new. Whoever comes, it's nice.
Yes, yes. And it heals your body also, that meditation.
Great, great.
तो फिर
Thank you so
उसके
much.
लिए 1 घंटे का सेशन लेना पड़ेगा.
ठीक है, आप लो ना 1 घंटा बैठेंगे सब, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Everybody is getting to learn something. People will sit, no worries.
Yes, yes. सब जन
Yeah.
खाना खा के आना 9 बजे. और थोड़ा सा हमें एक्सरसाइज भी करना पड़ेगा. इट्स कंपल्सरी बिफोर एंड आफ्टर. वार्म अप एक्सरसाइज.
So, Abhishek, please put it up on the group that Twin Heart Meditation Kadambari will be taking on Thursday.
Yes.
And the
Before that,
last
I
session
will
will be.
take introduction to pranic healing,
Yeah,
and then we will do meditation.
Okay.
perfect.
Twin heart meditation and introduction to pranic healing.
Yes.
Yes.
और उसके सब बेनिफिट्स बताऊंगी.
Okay.
Chalo. Okay.
Okay.
और कुछ
Okay,
खास
guys.
टिप्स
Thank
भी
you.
दूंगी.
क्या दोगे? Sorry.
खास टिप्स.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
टिप्स थोड़ा लिख भी दो हम लोग के लिए जो नहीं अटेंड करने वाले हैं सेशन.
यस यस जरूर. ग्रुप में मैं डाल दूंगी जो एब्सेंट रहेंगे उनके लिए.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Chalo,
you.
good night,
Chalo,
guys.
good night.
Okay. Bye. Good night,
Thank you
everyone.
for
Good night.
adjusting the time, guys.
Good night,
Thank you very
everyone.
much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.